I didn't really know what to do or how to handle it because like two parts of my life were on two different sides of the cafeteria.
It's been 1 year since someone opened fire at the Vancouver Mall last Halloween. Coming up at 7, we hear from the woman who was there with her 2 kids when both her ex-husband and boyfriend were shot and injured. Plus, this Halloween, Portland police are stepping up to make sure people are safe and alert. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us live with what you need to know before you take your tots trick-or-treating.
We're sending you back to the future.
Back to the Future is back in theaters for its 40th anniversary celebration. We'll have a look at the film's legacy coming up at 7:15. Sunrise streaming live at 7 starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 7 o'clock. I'm China Green. Happy Halloween! We're going to go over to the cutest goblet of all time, Brad Hill.
Now, if Drew was here, he would give you heck because you haven't seen Back to the Future. He would say, "Great Scott!" and you would have no idea why he's saying that to you.
No idea. And then he would like flick me on my nose and it would be a thing, yeah.
We miss having Drew. All right, here's a look at our our satellite, pardon me. This shows the cloudiness that's coming in. There are still breaks and cloud covers showing up on our live camera network this morning. There may be some sprinkles up in Clatsop County and up into Long Beach, but so far nobody's really reporting much. It is a dry start to your Halloween. Pretty view from the Tilcomb crossing, or looking at the Tilcomb crossing from the top of the Wells Fargo building. 51 is the number. Salem, this was showing some fog, but no longer. As we look at our state capital, 42 is the temperature. And to the bus stop we go. Generally, it's all dry to start and all dry when the kids are getting on the bus and going back home. 48 out the door, 55 at noon. I have a raindrop because the earliest we could see anything would be around 4 p.m. and some schools get out late. So if that's the case, there could be a raindrop. But generally, I think you're dressing the kids for dry weather today. Your trick-or-treat forecast, that's different. That's wet. We'll talk more about that coming up.
Thank you, Rod.
So it's been a year for everybody else. It's 365 days of reliving it for us.
That mom's talking about what happened a year ago at the Vancouver Mall on Halloween night when a man opened fire in a food court filled with trick-or-treaters, killing one person and injuring her boyfriend and ex-husband. Nearly a year later, she's still feeling the impact. KGW's Devin Haskin shares her story.
The last year for Michaela Martin has not been easy.
By far, I think for me, one of the personal hardest years of my life.
A year of grief, pain, and processing about what happened at the Vancouver Mall on Halloween night in 2024.
It was supposed to be a happy day. It was supposed to be an enjoyable experience.
Hundreds of kids roamed the mall that night trick-or-treating. When around 7:30, someone started shooting near the food court. Michaela was inside with her 2 kids, her boyfriend and ex-husband.
I just knew that I had to get to my family and get to my kids and make sure that everybody was okay. And then when I got there, it was like realizing that the worst case scenario was what was happening.
Everyone scrambled. Nearly 100 people called 911, including Michaela.
Shots fired. There are multiple people with gunshot wounds. We need medics immediately.
Yo, we gotta go.
Police raced over.
Food court. Second floor.
One officer worked with mall security to help track down the shooter.
On standby for suspect description. He's the shooter because he's holding the gun.
As medics and police raced into the mall that night, Michaela was still there.
Single gunshot wound to the left, lower abdomen.
That's her kneeling down next to her boyfriend Brandon, who had been shot in his side. Across the mall's cafeteria, her ex-husband Daniel had also been shot in the foot. Both survived.
It was shocking. I didn't really know what to do or how to handle it because like two parts of my life were on two different sides of the cafeteria and I couldn't be in two places at once.
2 days later, Vancouver police arrested Travis Ward at his home. He's accused of walking into the mall wearing a Joker mask and shooting and killing James Jahar Perez and injuring 2 others. Police questioned Ward about the shooting, which he has denied doing.
No, who is he to you?
I don't know that dude.
It has been almost a year since that day.
Tough. It's been really tough.
Martin says she was recently diagnosed with PTSD, panic disorder, depression, and anxiety. A year after the shooting, the pain, the grief, the processing of what happened are something she faces every day.
Just when we thought we were out of the woods, it's a year later, is now it's still impacting us a year down the line.
The Vancouver Mall will hold a trick-or-treating event again this year. They said anyone over 10 will not be allowed to wear a mask and that more security will be on site. As for Travis Ward, his trial is set to start next March. And with plenty of kids getting ready to trick or treat tonight, we want to give you some tips to stay safe. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us now in Southeast Portland. So Thomas, what advice did law enforcement share?
Well, China, the biggest thing is to watch out for people driving under the influence tonight. Of course, we all know around Halloween parties are a big part of tonight's atmosphere. Portland Police and the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office are making plans to ensure that people are able to be safe and help those communities make sure that nobody gets hurt. Portland Police say they will have some extra traffic division officers work their shifts this evening, boosting patrol to look for dangerous or impaired drivers. Multnomah County is not going to increase staffing within the sheriff's office, so there will be extra patrol throughout residential neighborhoods. A spokesperson for the sheriff's office says the hope is more patrols will help families and trick-or-treaters feel safe tonight. Peabody is also urging people to be vigilant, especially with it being dark during trick-or-treating hours. Peabody says it's a good idea for kids to have reflective costumes to make it easier for drivers to see them. And guys, that's doubly important today. Rod's been telling us all morning long it's likely to be raining during those trick-or-treating hours. Just another reason to have reflective outfits, reflective costumes if you're going to be out trick-or-treating, making sure that you can stay safe during those trick-or-treating hours. China.
Thomas, thank you. Portland police are looking for a suspect who was caught on camera robbing a liquor store while a store employee was having a medical emergency. This happened last weekend at Bins and Barrels Liquor in Southeast Portland. At first, the man in a black jacket and red hoodie was spotted checking on the worker who was on the ground. Later, security video shows that same person in the back room where the store manager says he stole over $700.
I find those actions disgusting. To take advantage of somebody who's laying on the floor dying for your own personal greed, what you put out there will come back at you.
The worker who suffered a heart attack is in the ICU and still unconscious. Anyone who has information on the suspect is asked to call Portland Police. And police are working to track down the person who sent a bomb threat to the Washington County Courthouse. The threat forced evacuations yesterday morning. Investigators say a staff member got a call that said multiple bombs had been placed around the building. Police swept the courthouse and determined the call was likely a hoax. Police say it may have been a so-called swatting attempt. The mother convicted of shooting and killing one of her children and severely injuring her two others back in 1983 is now up for parole. Earlier this week, Diane Downs appeared before an Oregon parole board asking to be released from prison after 40 years. Downs maintains her innocence, claiming that a stranger she pulled over to help on a road near Springfield, Oregon, is the person who shot her children. Author and former reporter Ann Jagger, who has covered Downs' story over the years, says that she doesn't think that the parole request will be successful, and she says she can't see Downs ever confessing.
I don't think she's ever going to admit it. I think her pride is really caught up in it. I think she's a very prideful person. And no, I don't believe she will.
The parole board will have 30 days to determine whether Diane Downs will go free. Meantime, investigators are looking for two Beaverton men in their 60s who have been missing for more than a month. Eddie Hare and Scott Smith were last seen on September 21st in a 2005 red Jeep Wrangler, possibly with a dog. Loved ones say they were planning to go on a camping trip but didn't take any gear.
We've been in the apartment, both apartments, and they didn't take things necessary to go camping or even really to go rock hunting. So we don't think that they went either place.
Police say that there's been no bank or cell phone activity since September 23rd. As far as they can tell, the two haven't left the country. If you see either of them, the Jeep or the dog, call Beaverton Police. Your time now is 7:09. We're taking a look at the city from our Wells Fargo Skycam. The sun is rising on this Friday, Halloween. Rod Hill, I think the main thing people want to know is what will it look like during the trick-or-treating hour?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, usually I focus on getting you out the door to begin your day. Today's the opposite. No problems getting out the door this morning. We're all dry. Temperatures are anywhere from upper 30s to about 50 degrees. Here is, as China mentioned, the main event, trick-or-treat time, 6 p.m. tonight. Rain band starting to drop in. And I still believe, no matter where the modeling shows this rain band, there will, in fact, be some light rain areas out ahead of it. So with that said, let's make the assumption it's going to be raining for the entirety of the trick-or-treat time between about 6 and 9 p.m. So the question is, will we somehow get through it with just mainly light rain, or will the rain rates pick up and start to become kind of moderate to heavy at times? Certainly overnight tonight into tomorrow, we will see heavier rain falling. Here's that Wells Fargo camera shot. That's Mount Hood sticking up, 51 degrees, some breaks in the cloud cover. That is increasing coming in from the west. Here's the Vancouver, the Springs at the waterfront camera, kind of a similar scene. And there's that warm temperature of 51 with a bit of a breeze still out along the Columbia River from the east. Battlegrounds calm and 38. Hillsborough and Forest Grove calm and 39. So again, there's that temperature range. Salem, good morning, 42 is your early number. Weather map for today, clouds pushing and increasing across our state. Rain could be falling in Astoria 2, 3 o'clock this afternoon. So that is developing afternoon rain, and then early evening that slips into the valley with temperatures in the 50s. We'll be in the 50s throughout the trick-or-treat time tonight. I don't think winds are much of an issue tonight, but we will have a period of noticeably blustery winds with heavy rain tomorrow morning. Then Saturday afternoon, the winds start to fade, the rain breaks in the showers, and Sunday to close your weekend is mainly dry. And that is your update for now. A reminder that my winter outlook, which we had here on Sunrise back on Wednesday, the long version is now on all of our KGW platforms, including here on Plus and also YouTube and KGW.com, or you can simply Google Rod's Winter Outlook and it will pop up in your search. I hope you'll check that out. Good information. I do expect valley snow this winter. FYI.
FYI. Thank you, Rod.
I came here in a time machine that you invented.
Still to come on Sunrise, we are taking you back to the future. A look at the iconic movie as it kicks off its 40th anniversary celebration. Sunrise streaming live at 7 continues in just 2 minutes.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
It's that time of year again. Daylight saving time is ending this weekend. On Sunday at 2 a.m., the clocks will fall back an hour. Last year, lawmakers in Oregon introduced a bill into Senate that would keep the state on permanent standard time if Washington and California did the same. The bill was narrowly approved by the Senate, but ultimately failed to become a law. In Washington, a bill was introduced last year that aimed to keep Pacific Standard Time year-round, but failed to pass as well. All right, from getting some extra sleep to getting back to the future. The classic movie is celebrating its 40th anniversary with a theatrical re-release this weekend, along with many more celebrations. Rick Demagella takes us back to the future.
I'm from the future. I came here in a time machine that you invented.
Back to the Future is back in theaters in celebration of its 40th anniversary.
1.21 gigawatts!
What the hell is a gigawatt?
But even with all those gigawatts, the beloved movie nearly didn't get made.
It was rejected over 40 times. Over 40. So the lesson is don't give up.
Great Scott!
Screenwriter Bob Gale recalls the first audience reactions to the film.
The reaction that I remember was the first audience preview. That's the one that counts. And the last shot with the car flying away was in black and white. Didn't matter. Audience went insane. So that was obviously very gratifying.
From Gibson Custom, presenting the Back to the Future 1955 ES345 Collector's Edition. It's about time.
More than a dozen products and tie-ins are being released for the anniversary, but you would need a time machine to pick up one of the Back to the Future Edition Gibson and Epiphone guitars, as both are listed as out of stock.
We're sending you back to the future.
In Hollywood, or is it Hill Valley? I'm Rick Damagella.
The town the movie was set in, Hill Valley.
Got it. Okay. For those who don't know, I haven't seen any movie. I have to watch that movie. I have to watch The Goonies. I have to watch Somebody Has a Day Off.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, yeah.
He's off for the day. Got to watch that.
I think it's safe to say the crown jewel of Michael J. Fox's cinema career. And of course, Mr. Fox battling Parkinson, but still with us. We hope he is for a long time to come. We have a rainy weekend coming up, at least the first half of it. The back half looks pretty decent. Saturday night looks like it's pretty quiet. Sunday looks like it could be dry. But the rain comes in for the trick-or-treat hours. The only question is it going to be light rain, or does it become heavier and heavier and heavier as the kids are out and about collecting candy? Rainy Saturday morning, breaks into showers in the afternoon, and then tomorrow morning, beach winds 25 to 40 miles per hour coming up from the south, and some noticeable 25 mile per hour plus winds in the valley too. That's tomorrow morning. High snow level through it all. I mean, not only raining at Timberline, but it could be raining all the way up at 8,000 feet, even on Mount Hood. So we'll lose some of that snow that's sitting up there. And then Sundays, I mentioned, mainly dry. Here's the imagery. This is the cloudiness spilling in across our state right now. Still broken clouds in Portland, but the clouds are coming in and thickening up. There might be some sprinkles up around the mouth of the Columbia. The main rain band, Futurecast shows, moving into Astoria around 3 o'clock this afternoon or in the 2 o'clock hour. And then this shows right about the time trick-or-treat begins, the rain band's moving into Portland. Now keep in mind, I don't think it's going to be a clean edge like this. I think there's going to be light rain falling before the main rain band moves in. So again, the question is, can we get through most of the trick-or-treat hours with it being light rain, or see the bright colors here? Or we could get clobbered with some heavy rain rates, absolutely. I don't think winds would be any worse than 15, 20 mile per hour gust at most this evening for Portland. But then that's heavier rain overnight tonight, the gusty winds of heavy rain tomorrow morning, and then this is tomorrow afternoon with the rain moving out and we break into scattered showers, and then we wake up Sunday morning and it's mainly dry. Here are the winds. This is tonight about 8 o'clock. South winds 15, 30 at the coast. Generally south winds to east winds 10, 15 miles per hour or so in the valley. So that's not bad. And here's that gusty wind period tomorrow morning. South winds gusting to 40 at the coast and maybe some 30 mile per hour gusts coming up into the valley. And then again, overnight, Saturday, Sunday, everything quiets and basically ends. Weather models, some of them love rain, big time. This shows Portland 1.56 and Tillamook 1.86. The driest weather models I can find give Portland more like 65 100s. So even that would be a pretty good soak, right? Here's Chinook Winds Casino Resort in Lincoln City, all dry with cloudy skies being reported. Pretty shot. This is looking off to the east where the clouds are broken from up at Timberline where it's 42 degrees. Portland is at 51, and here comes your day. Cloudy skies, 58. The rain late day into the evening. The blustery, wet Saturday morning. Breaking into showers in the afternoon. The mainly dry Sunday. The next batch of rain comes in Monday afternoon, and that is your update.
Thank you, Rod.
I try to imagine being a kid, going home and learning that your father's is not going to be there or is gone.
People in Woodburn say that they're facing renewed fear and uncertainty after multiple sources tell us at least 30 people were detained by federal agents yesterday. Sunrise streaming live at 7 continues in 2 minutes.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
New video recorded in Woodburn yesterday morning appears to show several people, witnesses say, being taken into custody by federal agents. As we understand, more than 24 people in total were detained over the course of the day. Catherine Cook brings us more from Woodburn.
Piccoon, Oregon's farm worker union, tells us federal agents detained at least 30 people here in Woodburn and more in Washington County. Right now, community members are working to support families whose loved ones are in custody. Cell phone video shows federal agents detaining people in Woodburn early Thursday morning. Multiple sources tell KGW agents detained at least 30 people and possibly more.
We are a broken community tonight.
Woodburn High School teacher Max Sanchez says educators district-wide tried their best to support students Thursday. Fifth grade teacher Tony Salm learned the father of one of his students was detained.
I try to imagine being a kid going home and learning that your father's is not going to be there or is gone.
This is home for us.
For Molly Moreno.
And it's heartbreaking.
She's not just scared for students.
It's been a very hard day.
She and others in the community have installed security cameras on their homes and won't open the door for anyone except family members.
Gosh, I'm just hoping that most of our families can stay together, and I'm praying for those parents that are trying to get out there and do their jobs to be able to feed their families and pay their rent.
For now, it's just a time to be supportive of them and to help people be ready.
Former Mayor Eric Swenson says for months, many in this community had feared this day would come.
It's a tragedy, right? It's a tragedy throughout our country that it's happening in the first place, based on a travesty of an immigration policy that's now coming to us.
In Woodburn, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Day 31 of the government shutdown, and neither the House or Senate is in session. That means that the shutdown will last into next week as federal funds for programs that feed low-income families are on track to run out tomorrow. NBC's Alice Barr has the details from Washington.
President Trump overnight throwing a major curveball into the shutdown showdown, calling on Republicans to go for the nuclear option, to get rid of the filibuster and get rid of it now. Doing that would let GOP members pass a short-term funding bill to reopen the government with a simple 50-vote majority instead of the 60 needed now. The Senate's top Republican has publicly opposed changing the filibuster, instead urging more Democrats to cross over and back the bill.
We have a few already. We need 5 Democrats with a backbone.
Democratic leadership holding firm on restoring health care provisions.
The American people understand
that there's a Republican healthcare crisis.
That amid a deepening food insecurity crisis. The emergency response organization World Central Kitchen now in D.C. helping feed federal workers who are missing paychecks.
I wish people in power understood that we are much closer to poverty than a lot of folks outside of D.C. Perhaps don't understand or don't know.
And now SNAP food assistance is set to expire on Saturday, ripping a lifeline away from low-income Americans. Democrats pushing for a standalone bill using contingency funds to extend those benefits.
No president has ever stopped these funds from flowing in a shutdown.
Republicans rejecting blame, accusing Democrats of a political bid.
To insulate themselves from the consequences of their own actions.
Now, as the consequences grow, one Republican senator proposing a constitutional amendment to stop lawmakers' pay while the shutdown drags on. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Coming up in our next half hour, we'll have more on the government shutdown and how it's putting a strain on local services and where you can go if you need help. Plus,
but for too long, we have failed to enforce our existing laws on dangerous activities that hurt the community.
Portland's Mayor Keith Wilson says the city's camping ban is back on when it's expected to start coming up.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Halloween morning. I'm Rod Hill, and we are still tracking a likelihood of it being wet during the trick-or-treat hours tonight. In fact, radar already picking up what apparently is some sprinkles / really light rain moving up into Astoria at this hour. Lincoln City being reported as dry. You can see the cloud cover from our Snook Winds Casino Resort camera. And this is looking off to the east, where there are early morning breaks in the cloud cover from Vancouver, the Springs, at the waterfront. The clouds are coming in from the west, and they will be thickening up this morning. 51 degrees. Some areas still picking up a noticeable breezy east wind out there this morning. 55 at noon. All dry this morning. Absolutely. It's late afternoon into early evening that rain chances start to pick up. And again, it does look likely at this point that it will be raining for the trick-or-treat hours. Heavy rain at times overnight tonight into Saturday morning. Tomorrow morning, kind of windy as well. It looks like the storm gets out of here at some point tomorrow afternoon, and then Sunday looks mainly dry with a high temperature of about 58 degrees. Much of next week looks wet.
Good morning. We start your 7:30 half hour taking a look from our Timberline sky cam. The sun's a-coming and the fires are raging. It's a Halloween special, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, really pretty. Again, the clouds are broken as you look off to the east, but they're pretty solid coming in from the west. Had a viewer send us an email to our .com team saying with the snow level at 8,000 feet this weekend, meaning overnight tonight, tomorrow, it's all rain high on the mountain. Any concerns for the rivers or streams? And the answer is no. The levels are still pretty low, so they'll be able to handle anything that that melts and runs off. We are looking at satellite bringing in clouds from the west, and radar showing there could be some really light rain already up around the mouth of the Columbia River. Here's a look at our state capital. Had some fog here earlier this morning, but right now obviously not. 42 is the number. That's Mount Hood from the downtown Wells Fargo building camera. 51 degrees, southeast winds sustained out along the Columbia at 15. So still some breezes out there this morning. This is daytime wise pretty nice. Clouds thickening up, but all dry. Noon temperature 55, no complaints there. About 58 degrees later today. The timing of the first raindrops into Salem, Portland, and Vancouver, anywhere from late afternoon into early evening, but it does look like it'll be steady rain for the trick-or-treat hours. I'm not sure if we get through it with light rain. We might, but it's also very possible that the rain just starts getting heavier and heavier between the hours of 6 and 8 or 8:30 tonight. That's your update.
Thank you, Ron. Today, 2 out of 3 men charged with attempted murder after assaulting a passenger on a Trimet bus are expected to appear in court later this morning. According to court documents, on October 15th, Greffy Tom, Audric Yasiski, and Harrison Tom, who will be in court at a later date, tried to board a bus on Southeast Stark and 142nd Avenue when the bus operator told them that they couldn't smoke on board. Now, during the exchange, another passenger shouted at the group saying he needed to get to work. According to an affidavit, the men yelled back at that passenger. That's when he got up from his seat, approached them, and appeared to push that group off the bus. The men are accused of punching, kicking, and stomping on the passenger's face repeatedly. He was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. KGW will be in the courtroom during their hearing later today. Tierson is set to be in court on November 4th. Portland police are warning everyone on the roads to be vigilant after 3 people died in crashes within cars earlier this week. Those crashes involved 2 pedestrians and a cyclist. All 3 happened in northeast Portland Wednesday night within 2 hours. The first happened around 6 o'clock when a cyclist was hit and killed on Northeast Gleason and 112. First responders tried to save the cyclist, but they didn't make it. 2 hours later, a pedestrian was hit by a car near the Gateway Transit Center. Officers say that the woman was pronounced dead at the scene. And then around 7 Wednesday night, a man died after being hit by a car while crossing Northeast 122nd Avenue at Gleason in his wheelchair. He was taken to the hospital but later died. In each case, the drivers involved stayed on the scene. None of the names of the people killed have been released.
3 crashes in one night is a lot, especially in such close proximity to each other and within such a short time frame.
So still this year, there have been fewer deaths on Portland Street than last year. As of October 14th, 26 people had died on Portland roads in 2025. That's down from 57 for all of last year. And data from the Portland Bureau of Transportation shows that fatal crashes in the city have fallen over the past 5 years. But the fall season still brings danger to people on the roads.
This time of year, with the weather changing and the loss of more light during our day, we do tend to see an uptick in crashes. And that would be due to the poor lighting conditions. There can be weather factors such as rain. We're getting more leaves on the ground, and so the roadways are slicker.
And with plenty of kids getting ready to trick or treat tonight, we want to give you some tips to stay safe. So Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us now in Clackamas County. Thomas, what advice did law enforcement share?
Well, China, the biggest thing here is to just watch out for people driving under the influence. Now, we all know a big part of Halloween is Halloween parties, right? Well, Portland Police and the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office are giving a couple of ways people can stay safe this Halloween. Portland Police say they'll have some extra traffic division officers work their shifts this evening, boosting patrol to look for dangerous or impaired drivers. Multnomah County is not going to increase the amount of deputies, so there will be extra patrol through residential neighborhoods. A spokesperson for the sheriff's office says the hope is more patrols will help families and trick-or-treaters feel even more safe tonight. PBOT is also urging people to be vigilant, especially with it being dark during those trick-or-treating hours. PBOT says it's just a good idea to have kids wear reflective costumes to make it easier for drivers to see them. All morning long, Rod's been telling us too, look, during those trick-or-treating hours, it's very likely it's going to be rainy out there, making it all the more important to have that reflective clothing, whether you're a trick-or-treater, whether you're a parent being out there on the sidewalks today. Just make sure you can be seen by cars. China?
Our Thomas Schultz reporting live for us this morning. Thank you, Thomas. The newest leader of Portland Fire and Rescue says the disruption to services caused by the government shutdown is putting extra pressure on first responders. So KGW's Tim Gordon sat down for an exclusive interview with Fire Chief Lauren Johnson on Straight Talk. During their conversation, they discussed if the shutdown had any impact on the department. She pointed to concerns people have about losing access to medical care or benefits like SNAP and how those can add strain to emergency response.
We're concerned about how that's going to impact our community and ultimately, may see a change in the demand for emergency services and that would have an impact on public safety and Portland Fire.
She also says Portland Fire hasn't heard back after submitting an application for a federal grant, saying that money would go towards buying new medical equipment, but she says it will be approved soon. You can catch their entire conversation right here on KGW this weekend and again on Monday evening. You can also watch it on your own time on KGW+. Developing this morning, we are awaiting a ruling from a federal judge in Boston after more than 24 states, including Oregon and Washington, sued the Trump administration over its plan to suspend SNAP benefits for millions of Americans as soon as tomorrow. So the judge appears to lean towards ordering the government to use emergency money to keep SNAP running, telling attorneys that if the government can't afford the programs, that there is a legal process to follow, not a blanket suspension of benefits. More than 40 million Americans rely on SNAP, including 750,000 Oregonians. So that means Blanchet House in Portland's Old Town is prepping to feed a lot more people. Inside the kitchen, volunteers serve homeless people and low-income families 3 meals a day, 6 days a week. They're now on track to serve 36,000 meals this month. That's about 6,000 more than last October, and they're getting ready for a surge in demand.
We're bracing for lines that are really going to strain our ability to make sure everybody gets a plate.
People are having trouble. People are in need, and I've got free time, so why not be here,
Blanchet House is continuing to accept both donations and help from volunteers. Meantime, Clackamas County has set aside $100,000 for emergency needs, and Marion County is considering the same. Gresham also partnering with local organizations to come up with $10,000 to support those who need it. This comes after Oregon governor declared a 60-day food emergency, directing $5 million to the state's food bank network. And we do have a growing list of all the local businesses that have stepped up to donate, fundraise, and give out free meals for those who may be losing their benefits. To see the full list, just text the word SNAP to the number there on your screen. 503-226-5088, and you can text us the names of businesses that we should add to it as well.
Healthier Together, sponsored by Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oregon.
In today's Healthier Together, we're talking about the Medicare open enrollment period, which is now open, so here's what you need to know. First, open enrollment runs through September 7th. People 65 or older can sign up for the federal health insurance program. Those are already in it can choose or change a Medicare Advantage plan. One big change this year is deals with prescription drugs and how they're covered in Medicare. Michael Reeves with Regent says that while the cost of prescription drugs may have gone down, that may lead to an increase in other areas like the medical side of benefits. He says the best way to know how you may be affected is to head to the Regent's or government's Medicare website to compare plans. Regents also hosting several informational meetings on the changes and options. They will be held in Vancouver, Portland, and Eugene throughout November and December. Text Medicare to the number there on your screen, and we will have those details on KGW.com. All right, your time now is 7:39, taking a live look from our Salem Skycam. Rod's here for a look at your weather.
Love that shot. That's that beautiful fall foliage there along the Capitol Mall. We've been enjoying. Probably the rainstorm that's coming in tonight and tomorrow will go a long ways towards getting us kind of past the hump of what's considered prime colors. Unfortunately, you know, it comes quickly, then it goes quickly. Here's Futurecast. Let's talk about the rain coming in later today. We're all dry this morning. In fact, Portland's at 50 degrees, so no problem stepping outside. Some of you are in the 30s. But this is 3 o'clock, showing the main rain band into Astoria. And you folks may be picking up some light moisture right now. This shows that main rain band moving into Portland about 6 o'clock. But here's the catch. I still think, which I've been saying, that there will be some light rain out ahead of this main rain band. So it stands to reason that it will, for the most part, be a steady rain late afternoon into the evening for the trick-or-treat hours. The question is, if we could get lucky and it's mostly light rain through about 8 p.m., but on the flip side, it could start out light and then the rain just gets heavier and heavier, and by 8 o'clock it's really coming down pretty good. It's certainly expecting some heavier rain pockets overnight and into tomorrow morning. Here's a live look from our Chehalem tasting room camera. Again, everything looking off to the east is catching some early morning sunrise color, but the clouds are thickening coming in off the Pacific. 40 degrees out in Chehalem. Now 46 in downtown, 51 at Pearson Airfield and Troutdale. Still a southeast breeze along the Columbia. Calm wind spots, Battleground, Forest Grove, Hillsboro, all in the upper 30s. Salem's holding at 42, and it's 43 degrees down in Albany. This is a dry day away from the coast and away from the North Valley. Astoria, rain coming in this afternoon, absolutely. And then for Portland, again, we think we have a good chance to be dry until late afternoon. Then that rain comes in. The rain doesn't really get out of here. It breaks up into showers tomorrow afternoon. Be some noticeable winds gusting tomorrow morning as well. Sunday's mainly dry. Monday morning could be dry, but then once the rain returns Monday afternoon, we look pretty wet. Especially Wednesday of next week looks to be more rain than what we're going to get tonight and tomorrow. So that'll be a pretty good soak as well. Hey, my winter outlook is posted on all platforms of KGW, including here on Plus and our YouTube channel. There's a written text version also on our website, kgw.com. So we hope you will check it out. You can also simply Google Rod's Winter Outlook and it will pop right up for you. That's your update.
Thank you, Rod. Still to come on Sunrise, a robot that can do your chores for you. We have more on that coming up in your consumer headlines when Sunrise continues in just 2 minutes. But first, we wanted to remind you that the KGW Great Toy Drive starts next week. So that means this week is your last chance to sign up as a collection site. If you're hosting a holiday party or a work event, you can help. Just go to kgw.com/toy to sign up. And when you do, we'll send you the official Great Toy Drive collection kit.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
Here's a look at some of your morning consumer headlines. You won't find Disney channels on YouTube TV, at least for now. Disney's networks, including ESPN, ABC, FX, and Disney Channel, have gone dark after the two companies failed to reach a new distribution agreement before the deadline. So both sides say that they are still talking, but there's no word yet on when the channels will return. Teasdale Food is recalling some taco dinner kits because of a labeling mix-up. So the FDA says cocoa mix packets were put in boxes instead of taco seasoning. The cocoa contains milk, which is a risk for people with allergies. The recall includes Martin's and Casa Mamita taco dinner kits sold in more than 24 states. So far, no illnesses have been reported. And meet Neo, a real-life version of the Jetsons. Housekeeper Rosie, the AI robot from company 1X, can clean, do laundry, water plants, even dance. It stands at 5'6", weighs 66 pounds, and costs about $20,000. 1X says security measures prevent any Terminator moments, but users must sign a waiver since human operators can see into your home to run tasks. Today is Halloween, which means that there are tons of fun events that you can do this weekend. For more on this, here's KGW's Christine Pinawanich.
We start with the 80s and 90s Video Dance Attack Halloween Party at Revolution Hall. The supersized Halloween production will feature the best music videos from the 80s and 90s, the most popular videos from MTV's 120 Minutes era, and a whole lot more. It's this Friday, starting at 8 o'clock. Tickets cost just under $40, but it's only for those over 21. Head to the Revolution Hall website for more details and to buy tickets. Or you could swing by the Snap Y2K Witches Ball at Holocene in Southeast Portland's Buckman neighborhood. It's also happening this Friday on Halloween. This dance party will have a little bit of everything. We're talking grunge, rave, pop, rap, and more. Beyond the music, though, you can also enjoy the gaming room full of Nintendo classics and a cash prize costume contest. This is also a 21+ event. You can find ticket prices and details on Holocene's website. And the Halloween fun does not stop on Friday. This Saturday from 4 to 7, you can stop by the Levin Community Center in Northeast Portland's Vernon neighborhood for Harmless Halloween. This is a family-friendly celebration featuring trunk or treat, a cupcake walk, carnival games, and more. It's free to attend, though donations to the center are encouraged. Check out the Levin Community Center's website for more details. And for those of you who do not celebrate Halloween, this Saturday marks the return of the 91st annual Verboort Sausage and Kraut Festival. From 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 in the evening, you can enjoy a market, beer garden, and of course, lots of sausage and kraut. It's free to attend and open to all ages. You can learn more by heading to verboort.org. For more weekend inspiration, you can check out the 8 Things to Do article up each week at kgw.com.
And someone could win a very big treat this Halloween. The Mega Millions jackpot has reached $754 million, which is the largest ever on October 31st. Winners can choose a one-time payment of just under $353 million. So if you're looking for something other than candy this Halloween, you may want to buy yourself a ticket. By the way, no one has ever won the Mega Millions on Halloween before. It could be you, Rod.
Well, that means statistically it's due, right?
It's time. It's time. It could be you.
Those tickets, I think I'm correct when I say they changed it. It's literally like $5 a ticket now. Is that $5 Michaela's verifying, our producer, for one line of tickets? Used to be $2, and now it's $5. I'm out.
They're getting greedy.
Yeah, I'm out. All right, here's a look at, this is Obi. This is so much fun. Obi is the debut of our first pet that's not a dog. So a guinea pig for Halloween, so adorable. Again, we've changed the email address, petoftheday@kgw.com. And we're hoping we have a lot of fun pics coming in. That's Obi this morning for Halloween. Our first guinea pig pet on Sunrise ever. All right. Temperatures out the door, we're dry, with the exception, radar is insisting that there are at least some sprinkles or a touch of light rain in the air around Astoria up in the Long Beach. Otherwise, we are all dry. Portland is seeing cloudiness coming in and thickening up from the west. Salem had some fog earlier, but now no. 42 is your number. And then it's still fairly clear out east. Baker City 19, John Day just below freezing, and Burns is at 23. Okay, well, weather system coming in later today. Confidence is pretty high. It will be a steady rain trick or treat in our area. This will be heavier rain overnight into Saturday morning. Beach winds tomorrow morning with the heavy rain rates, 25 gusting to 40 miles per hour from the south. That'll catch your attention. High snow levels through it all up at 8,000 feet, meaning it's rain all the way up above Timberline Lodge. Not expecting any runoff or flooding issues. And then Sunday looks to be mainly dry, and the winds will be back down as well. Here are the clouds coming in with the system. Futurecast, even though it looks like there's some light moisture up in Astoria currently, this shows the main rain band moving in between 2 and 3 o'clock this afternoon for you folks. And then here's that main rain band already raining in Longview, dropping down to the southeast into Portland around 6 p.m. Now, I do believe that we will have some light rain falling out ahead of this rain band. The yellows would be some pretty hefty rain rates coming through, and that is the question. Could we get lucky and just have steady light rain, or is the rain going to get heavier and heavier as the trick-or-treat hours progress? That's probably the most likely scenario. Certainly rain and some noticeable gusty winds overnight into tomorrow morning. Here's tomorrow afternoon. The storm is moving out. We'll break into scattered showers. And then Sunday looks to be pretty quiet, mainly dry with light winds. Here is trick-or-treat time. South winds along the coast gusting to about 20 or 25 in spots. And then east to south winds generally to about 15 here in the valley. Here's tomorrow morning. South wind gusting to 30 up the valley. South winds racing 40, 45 miles per hour along the coast. Not strong enough for advisories or warnings, but it will be noticeable. This model says we get really wet. Could it really be that wet? 1.31 in Portland. The driest weather model gives Portland 65 100. So that seems to be the range. And then here is the 7-day. Again, Sunday is mainly quiet. 58 degrees, mainly dry. Rain picks up with a weak system Monday afternoon, showers Tuesday. Next Wednesday and Thursday look really wet. And that is your update for now.
Thank you, Ron.
No one will be arrested simply for camping, nor should they.
The Portland camping ban is back on. Coming up next when the ban begins and why Mayor Wilson says arrests aren't on the table, at least for now. Sunrise continues in just 2 minutes.
Hey, I'm Blair Best, and tonight at 6:30 on The Story, I'm sitting down with Oregon Senator Ron Wyden, and we're talking about everything from the government shutdown to SNAP benefits, even the recent controversy surrounding the Trailblazers. Catch my interview tonight live at 6:30 on KGW, or anytime on our TV app, KGW+. Have a great morning, and I'll see you tonight.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
After months of a long pause, Portland's Mayor Keith Wilson says the city will resume enforcing its camping ban starting tomorrow. KGW's Alma McCarty has more on what this will look like.
We can't arrest our way out of homelessness, nor should we. But for too long, we have failed to enforce our existing laws on dangerous activities that hurt the community.
In a video statement Thursday, Mayor Keith Wilson explained he wants to clarify what resuming the camping ban will mean for people living outside.
First, if we have enough shelter, which we do, camping isn't allowed in public spaces. Second, any camping must be responsible.
That means no blocking sidewalks, setting fires, or dumping trash, things that are considered camping violations. Portland police tell us their focus will be education and then citations, not arrests. Although citations, officers say, will come with a court date, city leaders and courts will lean towards connecting people with services and assistance rather than fines and penalties.
No one will be arrested simply for camping, nor should they.
The mayor says those camping could be arrested for outstanding warrants or other criminal behavior.
I have mixed feelings about it. It does clear the streets for people to be able to walk and be safe, to feel safe. But on the other side of that coin, these people do need a place to be.
Larry Barron, once homeless himself, now helps Portlanders living on the streets take steps towards housing and stability. In his experience, to get people housed, they first have to want it.
For those of the people out there who really want it, come on in. Don't let circumstances keep you from getting warm and being housed. Don't let fear, don't let shame or anything like that stop you from coming in.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Coming up at 8, KGW Sunrise continues live on KGW Plus with the latest safety tips from Portland Police as the kids get ready to go trick-or-treating tonight. Plus, prepare to set those clocks back this weekend, what you need to know about daylight saving time ending on Sunday.